Oh, Orrin Jeffries, but he was the brother of Alton who signed it for us, so.
Yes, his brother's on there, yeah, that's right. And I wasn't sure. What y'all think about
Brothers being on there?
brothers being on, Calvin Park?
One's a good guy.
I mean, both of them are. I really do. What y'all think?
I would avoid that kind of conflict.
Yeah, I mean, they're both fine. And both of them are on credits.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already on,
It reminds me of when we've gotten situations with my wife's.
Right.
so we'll go for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
did you ask me something?
Everybody else left, right? All right, we're now back in open session, and no action was taken in closed session. So we're now down to committee reports and assignments, and I'll start with Councilmember Doug Hunt.
I have submitted a copy of my activities, and, only thing I say is, I've been going to and watching a lot of the county commissioners meetings, the board of commissioners meetings. A lot of stuff going on over there, a lot of unhappy people, I don't know if y'all keep up with it, so you ought to get over there and see it, but that's my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilmember Scott Stires.
She's got a copy of my activities and what he said. That's all my report.
Okay, thank you.
Just becoming a circus over there.
Okay. Councilmember Hunter Three.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I've got a few motions coming from the Personnel Finance Committee. My first one is I'd like to make a motion to appoint Susan Honeycutt to Historic Preservation.
I'll second that, Mr.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Okay. All right. The second motion that I'd like to make is to appoint Don Kleiner to the ABC Board.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, is there a motion and a second? Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
No.
How many noes? 2 noes and 4 ayes. Okay, so that has been approved.
Okay. And then my last motion would be to appoint Adam Leisure to the Golf Committee.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. So that has been approved.
Okay. One thing I want to tell everybody about, on April the 12th, the Memorial Day Parade and Ceremony Committee will be having a pancake breakfast at Central Wesleyan Church. It'll be from 7 to 11. We'd love to have you guys there. It's one of our, we're down to really one fundraiser that we do, and that's our big one now. So we'd love to have y'all there. It's just based on donations. I have submitted a copy of my activities to the clerk, and I will let that stand as my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilmember Neil Grimes.
Ditto. Wendy has my activities, and I'll let that stand.
Okay. Councilmember Peyton Williams.
I had some stuff I was gonna say, but I'm a little upset. Councilman Stires said earlier for an item that we should not be hasty, and I think that's very wise. And I don't think that's what we did earlier today. I was presented with information I did not have, and it changed my opinion because I was ready to vote the way that some of my fellow council members did. And I get accused a lot of being emotional. And obviously that's true because I'm crying. But I meet people every day who are trying really hard. Last week my car broke down and I got it towed to my friend's mechanic shop, and he put it at the top of his list because I have that connection. And I called my dad and I said I need a ride to work, and he came and picked me up. And I called my mom and I said I need a car, and she let me borrow hers. And I don't think those of us who enjoy the safety net that we have even realize it's there most of the time, because it's easy to just pick up the phone and call. And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say all of us have that, and it's hard. When I see people every day who don't, and someone trying, or at least communicating, is not given the gift of time to understand information that we didn't have. So I'm sorry. things don't go my way all the time up here, and I will get over it. But my heart hurts because our decisions, I know, have consequences, but we don't often get to look them in the face, and we did tonight. So I will remember this experience the next time we have a decision to make, and I'm given the choice between being hasty and being patient, and I will try to be patient. And Wendy has my activities, and that is all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilmember Jacquez Johnson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I couldn't have said it better than our councilwoman. The responsibility, especially as the newest member up here on this council, I very much take this role as a council person, as a representative of the people that we try to represent every day, extremely serious. And what I saw up there was a person that was trying. I saw a person that was confused of a system that is very complicated, and we know how complicated that system is. And I am extremely frustrated about the level of elitism that I saw among my council members today. And I would be not myself if I didn't say that. And so I want us to always remember the implications that we all have to people's lives. Because now she just told us she has nothing else. So we are increasing the homeless situation that we're talking about, that we're trying to create a solution for. It just doesn't make sense in my head for me. And so happy Women's History Month, Thomasville. I want to make sure I say that. Also, it was a great time at the North Carolina Main Street Conference. We learned a lot of amazing things to bring back to our city to be able to make sure that we're making proactive things to help build on our community. And I will let that stand. I have submitted a copy of my report activities to the clerk, and I'll let that stand as my report.
Thank you very much. I don't have a lot of activities to report on tonight, but I do want to thank my colleagues here, the people in the city, the people at our churches that has held us up in prayer for these last several months. My wife has been dealing with a serious illness, and she finished her treatments for that last week, and we're very thankful that she is doing well. And I just wanted to publicly thank everybody for just holding her up in your prayers. So thank you very much. So I'll go now to our city manager, Mr. Brandt.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to address the one item that's been most discussed tonight. The order that was voted on is a 30-day order, so that there's 30 days potentially to fix the issues. And I don't know all of the details on the ground, but it seems as if it's resolving around two issues, which is inability to have water service and Duke Energy providing power to the site. Staff's going to look at those two items, well, the ones that we control, which is the water issue, to confirm what statements staff made this evening regarding how that water could get turned back on. Also confirming that any charges become liens against the property, and then there would be the opportunity to collect those liens eventually when the property's sold, or if council ordered those liens. But work plans can be set up to help pay off liens of that sort. We're going to confirm all of that tomorrow. Because it is obviously a serious matter when you're removing someone. Yes, this property has significant issues with it. There have been significant issues for a long period of time. But there's someone trying to address things, so they have the 30 days, and if they can work through the issues, then we're going to try to work with them if we can. Just like we did when we had the demolition order on the property over on Liberty Drive. We reached out to Home Solutions, we reached out to a lot of other parties trying to get them the help, but at some point the responsibility is the person who owns the property, and so that's what it comes down to. Switching gears, I want to thank the Beautification Committee, Todd Sechrist, and the Public Works staff for removing and replanting the bushes at the fountain. They look really good. You can actually see the fountain, except all the time instead of just when it gets turned on. And that looks very good, and is a way of pride in our community, is showing that fountain and that work. I also want to let the public know that the city closed on 16 Trade Street, actually a week ago Friday, and we're looking forward to the new owner developing the property into a thriving commercial enterprise. Paving is underway. I'm sure everyone has seen it, and it is not just the city of Thomasville, it's also NCDOT. So the Holly Hill paving that you see is NCDOT. They are also planning on paving the, sorry, we both pushed this button at the same time. The NCDOT is paving from Unity Street north on 109 later this spring. So there's going to be, that's a major road to get repaved, pretty significant, but of course will cause some delays for people traveling to Winston-Salem. They've also been doing some paving I believe, around the East Davidson High School area. So there's a lot of street paving going on that just so happens to be happening at the same time, but are two separate companies doing that work.
Can I say something really quick? Someone complained to me about Holly Hill last week, and I was like, man, it's a state road, but I'll see what I can do. And then they started paving it like 4 days later. And they called me and they were like, that is awesome. And I was like, you are so welcome. That's what no, I didn't. I said we had nothing to do with that. But sometimes things work out.
I had a couple people call me and tell me I must be the elite because it ended right at my driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we a lot of times we do have to make sure that we're not treating some people better than others, just the way it happens sometimes. I also want to let the council know about an apprenticeship program. DDCC has been working on an apprenticeship program. They've been running it for a couple of years now. And they are applying for a $3 million grant through the federal government. That being said, I'm not even sure if that will be funded or not, but it does seem to align with the concept of getting people to work and getting them the training that they need to get into the trades and into other areas. So I wish them well in that effort. It would be a really great program if they were able to receive that grant and move that project forward at a much faster clip. I do have some information I'll send out to you later this week about the presentation that was made to the Economic Development Commission, just so you're aware of what's going on at that level. And then just as a reminder to everyone, the weather's warming up, and that means people are going to be out more, and keep a lookout for individuals around our parks and walking on sidewalks and riding bikes. Safety is paramount, and please look out for people. And I will end my report on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Our city attorney, Ms. Whitman.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Enjoyed seeing everybody's green. I wanted to say that my job is the easy job. I sit here and I figure out what the law is, and I tell you guys, you got to do this and you have to do this, and you've got to stay in these boundaries, and these are the guidelines. And that's the easy job. And what a lot of people don't realize is that you have the hard job. You have to make those decisions that do have implications on people, and those are hard. And it's hard all the way across the board, because the neighbors that are complaining are also on the other side of that, and they're very frustrated too. But it is very difficult when you see someone standing here, and it's hard. And I don't think people often realize how hard your job is, and that you're having to balance the needs of everyone along with the guidelines that you're giving and that are set up. But I will tell you that your city staff works incredibly hard to not get to this point. And even when they do get to this point, to do everything that they can to help people through this. The goal of no one is to remove anyone from their home. And so the staff will do everything they can to work with people, and I will do everything I can. but I know it's still a very, very difficult decision. So I hope this works out the best for everybody, but I do understand all concerns and emotions because it is a tough decision. Like I said, I have the easy job. But I also wanted to say that I almost got rear-ended because I did not remove myself from sitting in the street staring at the beautiful fountain and all the work that was done to it, because I thought, I haven't seen that fountain in years, and it is beautiful. And so I was sitting there in my own little world staring at it, and finally got a lot of honks behind me. But it is amazing and beautiful, so it was exciting to see that. But that's all I've got for this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Our Deputy City Manager, Mr. Bowling.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor. I just have two reports. The tool rental program is off to a great start, still operating Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We are seeing some interest from residents. We did have the media pick it up and do a couple stories on it, which was great coverage to try to help promote the program. So I'd like to remind folks that if you live in the city and you need work done, we have the tools and resources we can kind of help you to repair your property and take care of issues that you're experiencing. The second thing I'll add is I got an email about it, and I've reached out to the resident, but I haven't gotten word back from her. But she was singing the praises to the police and fire department for their work on East Sunrise Avenue. So I'm hoping to get more information about that tomorrow. Maybe she'll call me back. But it's really nice to hear from the public when you're doing something good. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. So we're now down to additions and updates. Anyone have any addition or update for the city this evening? Hearing none, we're down to adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. We're adjourned.
I have a sanitation question. Will the city not pick up
Chief, thank you
the
for
trash
today. It was
if
very quick.
it's bagged up